This is a story time about how I knew they were going to bomb Jerusalem before they bombed Jerusalem. I was in this very room, sitting on this very chair, and my cleaner was on the other side washing the dishes. And I started to cry as I had a message from the angels. They told me that Jerusalem was going to be bombed. And I just said to my cleaner, they're going to bomb Jerusalem. I was crying and I was in shock and I was shaking. And I said to her, I need to go to Jerusalem as soon as possible. I went 3 days later. And I went specifically to the Dome of the Rock because I was asked to protect the Dome of the Rock. I cannot tell you what that work entailed. When I stepped onto the land of the Dome of the Rock before I went into the mosque, I felt this thick magnetic energy, and I feel that a lot when I go to places or when I'm asked and called to places to do work. I walked into the mosque and people rushed up to me. They thought, I don't know what they thought, but I think that they thought that I had a disability because I couldn't walk properly. I was hyperventilating. I couldn't walk because there was this thick energy. It was literally like wading through a thick ocean. And they literally, 2 women came on either side of me and took me down the stairs to the center of the Dome of the Rock and took me right to the front where I prayed and did the work I was meant to do. And I did it successfully, which I cannot tell you right now. But let's just say it was a marriage of all that's ever been there. For the Dome of the Rock doesn't just belong to the Muslims, it belongs to everyone, the Jews and the Christians and everybody else. I did the work and I left and I came back to England. When I got back to England 2 weeks later, the bombing had started, and my cleaner, I mean, if I tell you what she did, she literally got onto her knees and started crying. She said, how do you know? Who are you? And my work was specifically to protect the Dome of the Rock, and it wasn't bombed, and it was safe. There's a lot of earth angels working around. There's a lot of Elohim above and below. Just know this, you are being looked after.